Hey Billy, this is Paul Hunt with Grassfire Digital Marketing. Thank you for giving us a call and talking to us about some marketing solutions for you guys. One thing that I always want to start out with is show you guys some things about your website, how you can maybe improve the actual Google search rankings on some things. This is your home base. This is where you start with everything, getting this really enhanced and optimized and attacking the Google search is going to be your first and best way to get leads coming into you guys. We also do Google ad campaigns. We can do social media, that sort of thing as well. All of those things have a specific need and a specific focus. So we could definitely talk about those as well. But I'm going to show you three things about your website that really help it to rank. One is content on your website. So this is like you guys do services all over Arkansas. You do services down in Louisiana. You might do Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, other areas. So where we like to focus is like, how do we capture that local search? This is done through content. It has keyword rich content, and we do that in a certain way so that we're not just overly stuffing keywords and such. But it picks up, it allows Google to pick you up for what people are actually searching for. And then we look at your competitors and take a look at and see how they are beating you guys right now, which I'm going to show you a little bit of that. And then what do we need to do from an optimization standpoint? So if you think of content as number one thing, backlinking would be the second piece of that. So these are outside websites that we go and create content on and they refer back to yours. The third thing is going to be citations. This is sort of like your online directory listings and getting your website listed there. Those are the three things that you have to do on your website to get it to perform well and rank well. Now, I'm going to show you some things just in some very different ways. So if you just search roofing, Hot Springs, Arkansas, that a lot of people will search for you guys, even if they're looking for metal roofing, they're probably just going to search for roofing, Hot Springs, Arkansas. You can see there's some guys pulling up in the sponsored area in this map section. You've got a couple of guys that are in this local service ads, or what they call Google Guaranteed. That might be a place that you want to rank. Google always puts these sponsored and these paid positions at the very, very top. Now in the organic section down here, you've got this Keith's Roofing, Final Touch Roofing, and then Yelp. So, I'm always looking at like, okay, how do we pick up that number one spot? So how do we knock Keith's Roofing off? So we'll look at that a little bit. Content-wise, you guys have some content on your website. You've got some nice imagery and things. You could definitely stand to enhance this for some specific content. And we can definitely dive into the details of that if this is something you guys want to look at. But just show you right now what's going on. You guys have some content that's being picked up by AI, which is really good. That's kind of the newest thing that think people are tracking. It does help you in some ways, but getting the organic keywords on your site that people actually search for is going to be the number one thing. From a website strength standpoint, a 7 is sort of on the lower end of the scale. You do have 143 backlinks coming from 68 different referring domains. That's good in the amount of ratio that it is there. The closer that is to 1-to-1, the better. And you're getting 503 people hit your site in some form or fashion searching for something each month. Now, how many of those are actually converting into jobs? That's where it goes down to like, okay, what are people actually searching for? How are they getting to our site? So let's dive in to see some of those keywords. And I just filtered this by Hot Springs and by Arkansas and by Little Rock. So you've got metal roofing Arkansas that gets searched 100 times a month. You guys are in position 6 for that. That's definitely one that we want to position you guys in the top 3 for. It is higher on the keyword difficulty ranking of a 23. So it does take a little bit of time, but that's something you want to make a big push for because that's a money keyword for you. Arkansas metal roofing, another 50 searches a month. Similar situation, you're in position 6. Metal roofing in Arkansas, 60 searches a month, position 12. Roofing companies, Hot Springs. So this is where you're kind of competing with that Keith's Roofing. You're in position 25. So you're way down on the list in just general roofing. So that may be something that we want to try to push you guys up for. And then metal roofing Little Rock gets searched 70 times a month, and you're position 94. Nobody's ever going to find you in position 94. We've got to get you guys in the top 10 and start pushing those up. Roofing Northwest Arkansas, 30 searches a month. And then it drops down to a couple others, but there's not really any volume showing right now. So sometimes the algorithm will show some 0 to 10 there, but at one time those keywords were popping off with some volume. So that's something to definitely look at. If I look at Keith's Roofing, their website, they've got a little content on it. It's more content, more words than what you guys have. That may be one of the reasons why they're pushing up there. If I look at their backlink profile, I can see some of the keywords that they're, roofers near me with free estimates. You've got Roofing Companies Hot Springs. They're in number 2 position. They've just done some things to position themselves for those general roofing spots in Hot Springs a little bit higher than you guys. So definitely something that we would take a look at to dive into. If I look at like Metal Roofing Little Rock, you've got this McElroy and you've got Riley Hayes coming up there. So Riley Hayes is an actual roofing company. Again, they've got more actual content on their site. Is it keyword rich? It's rich enough to get them, picked up right now. 235 organic keywords, but you can see the strength right here. So this is kind of what I was talking about. 22 on the domain rating and 16 on the URL rating. 433 backlinks from 233 places. It's not necessarily a numbers game on this. It really has to do with the quality of these backlinks. They just got bigger, better quality backlinks to push them into that number 1 position. And you can start to see, they're getting out of Roofing Contractors Little Rock, out of 200, they're getting 20 of that traffic coming to their site in position 5. You can see Storm Damage Repair Service, they're in position 1, and they're getting 46 traffic off of that. So, it's all about, position yourself in the right place and moving up there to get that actual search traffic coming to your site. If I look at like Metal Roofing Shreveport, just trying to check and see like what's going on down that way, you've got this A-Mark Metals, you've got Hargrove Roofing, so that's what I pulled to look up. Website's not really, user friendly. They do have some content on it. It's just, it's enough to get them in the ranking above you guys because they've specifically targeted some of their content to those Shreveport keywords. And looking at like Metal Roofing Shreveport, 20 searches a month. They're in position 3. Let me go over to the by location here. You've got Metal Roofing Lafayette, another 10. You've got Metal Roofing my area, that's 80. It's a little bit more general. Bossier City, 50. And so, it's all about, it's like, where is the actual, Metal Roofing Lafayette? 60 searches a month on that. They're in position 86. So how do we get you guys positioned really well for those specific areas to try to pick that up? This is not something that you can just do all at once and just rank for all of these areas all at once, but you can do multiple at the same time. And we just really get really specific on that. But that's in general what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like getting your site to rank. How do we do that? I hope that information was helpful to you guys. We would love to help you take a look at this further and see if it's something that you would like to do. Like I said, we also run targeted Google ad campaigns as well. If that's something that you want to do, we can definitely take a look at that and push you guys up in the search rankings for those. Paid ads kind of pushes to the top, in the very short term. The SEO is your long-term game. Doing a combination of both of those can really help bring you guys a whole lot more business. Again, my name is Paul Heck. You can reach me at 479-326-7899 and with Grassfire Digital Marketing. Thanks.